Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Look. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with a monopoly. PC, the whole ain't nobody hot as me. Searching for somebody hotter, why you even bother? Girl, I'm toasty where the oven be, and I keep the heat. Dare nigga try and follow me back from the bank. Catch a nigga in the kitchen, brains on the kitchen sink. I ain't playing with these niggas too deep in the game. Balls deep in your bitch, and I want that you don't claim. Girl, don't you lie to me. In the sea, mini fish, but baby, they piranhas. I don't need no drama or no teeth. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. If she don't suck, then she obviously not a freak. Probably not for the team. I'ma keep it honest, G. Prophesy the prophecy. Look, I am me. No one can relate how no one can compare. Bitch, you better know I pour that hair one in that dairy, yeah. Like my pussy nice and sweet. Let me taste it, let me feast. Big dog, he gotta eat. On the west and out the east. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with a monopoly. PC, the whole ain't nobody hot as me. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with a monopoly. PC, the whole ain't nobody hot as me.
Ain't nobody hot as me. I'm the type to fit that cylinder in her isosceles. Shit, she probably fucking, but it's not for free. What's a CashApp? Bitch, you'll have a nigga pay your fee. Yeah, I can see just how you whine me. Pouring out of me is this misogyny is riding me. Pick apart the beat, pick apart the P. Like how the fuck you let them niggas feed your ass that riding me? Got these bitches salivating over me, holding back every temptress dictatorship of her ovaries. Notably said these niggas is white. They too controlling, be calling P like I'm calling power. Head in the rotary. Shit, if she don't fuck, then she not for me. Cop a plea or cop a feel, you still can't catch a nut from me. Shit, fuck her fresh about that poverty. Feed her and the rest, I think she probably need the calories.
If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with a monopoly. PC, the whole ain't nobody hot as me. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with a monopoly. PC, the whole ain't nobody hot as me. Me. Right here, right now. It's the right time, it's the right sound. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Till the whole pipe down, 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 pipe down. Till the nigga pipe down, 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 pipe down. Till the bitch pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Till the nigga pipe down, pipe down. Till the bitch pipe down, till the whole pipe down, pipe down.
Pipe down, girl. I'm really trying to keep your ass around, girl. What's that sound, girl? How them pigs squeal, curl your toes to your heels. Told her pipe down when it's pain that she feels. Appeal, I fuck with her because of shawty real. Reveal, accepted me because she off a pill. Currency, I get those and it's never crypto. Pipe down, bitch. I love it when you making no sounds, bitch. I love it when you bring your friends around, bitch. I'm digging out the Morgan 7 pounds, bitch. Really trying to see if you were down, bitch. She heard I was the freshest in town, she did. A nigga like me getting no cool, yeah, did. She looking kinda weak like she new to this. That's cool, the bitch. I got a thought, just give me more head. I spank her till her ass red. Front her back, shawty back five. I had to get her back fed. She saying I'm the best now. She feeling on my chest now. She love the way I sex down. So to keep that shit up and it's a rap now. Told her keep that shit up and it's a rap now. Told her keep that shit up and it's a rap now.
Right here, right now, right now. It's the right time, it's the right sound. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Till the whole pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Till the nigga pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Till the bitch pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Pipe down, pipe down. Till the bitch pipe down, pipe down, pipe down.
Yeah, count it. Yeah, whoa. Yeah, count it. Whoa. Told that bitch I'ma be late for class. I'm trying to hit that ass before I go. Watch the tires smoke. We want all the smoke. Go out the parking lot. Bitches fucking with a stoner nigga because he spark a lot. Yeah, oh, I spark a lot. Yeah, you like to talk a lot, but I don't hear nothing when you hit my spot. Scared, she like to cock a lot. I'm thinking about getting that sloppy top. Look, she got the dot on her forehead. You know that whole red shit. You know I keep that whole fed. Look, in the end, whole shit. I'm feeling on the press now. Finna get the rest now. I put that ass to rest now. She's saying I'm the best now. She's saying I'm the best now. Back it up for me, girl, I do the rest. Back it up, I never back down. Baby, let me in, but you know you got my interest. Fuck around a couple rounds. On my side for the night, we a couple down. Took her, gave her ass back, she in trouble now. The time is alright, she aligned with the pipe on her friend, I'm seeing double now. Back it up for me, girl, I do the rest. Back it up, I never back down. Baby, let me in, but you know you got my interest. Fuck around a couple rounds. On my side for the night, we a couple down. Took her, gave her ass back, she in trouble now. The time is alright, she aligned with the pipe on her friend, I'm seeing double now. Right here, right now. It's the right time, it's the right sound. Right now, right now, right now, right now. Till the whole pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Till the nigga pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. Pipe down, till the bitch pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down, till the bitch pipe down, till the bitch pipe down, pipe down.
So guys, we got to get into this, bro. We already know that approaching women can get you in trouble nowadays, okay? Not every time, obviously, but we hear so many stories where a girl will be like, oh, this dude approached me, this and the third. Pretty much, we understand that if you're not attracted or if you're not attractive, she's gonna complain about it. But if you are attractive, then she's not even gonna mention it. She'll probably tell her girlfriends, but she's not gonna make this social media post and say, oh my God, this creepy guy just approached me. She might even make a post talking about, oh my God, this guy that I've been looking at for the longest finally approached me, this and that. But the video I'm going to show you guys today pretty much explains in a nutshell why men are not approaching women anymore in the modern day. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's say a guy, like you're trying to pursue me, right? But I'm just like, no, oh no. And then you keep trying. The woman likes it because she feels like she's wanted.
Okay, so you heard what she said. If you're a guy and you're pursuing her and then she's denying you, but you keep pursuing, she likes it because she feels like it, you know, she's wanted. That goes back to her wanting that validation, her wanting that male validation. And a lot of these chicks out here say that they don't need no man and this, other, but we all know that they are looking for the male validation. And pretty much not everything they do, but a lot of the things that they do, especially online, is for the male validation. That's why you see the posts that they're putting out. That's why you see some of the stories, even putting dudes on blast. Like a dude will slide in their DMs and they'll put him on blast, even if he didn't really come crazy at her. Okay. And that's why I always say, yo, these women love embarrassing men on social media. Okay. And they're going to call you out if you say what's good and you know him in person, but you slid in their DMs. They might screenshot that and be like, oh, he see me in person, but he slid in my DMs. I've seen that happen over and over and over again. So when you're a guy and you hear this, you're like, man, why would I just be hitting you back and forth, like applying pressure, as a lot of sisters would say, apply pressure. Like, why would I do that just for you to dub me at the end of the day? I ain't even going to get nothing out of it. I'm going to deal with the girls who say yes the first time. Okay. I'm going to deal with the girls who aren't giving me a hard time. And this is what a lot of chicks don't understand. Like, even if they want a guy, they think they're supposed to be playing this game and playing that game. But in all actuality, you just pushing that dude further to the next chick.
You feel special. So let's say I'm the woman and you're the guy that there's two guys approaching me. Okay. So you're the handsome one. There's another one that's not as attractive. So for the one that I am attracted to, I want you to pursue me, and I may say no a couple of times, but I still want you to keep trying. But
so she's going to deny the guy that she's attracted to. She's going to deny the guy that she's attracted to, even if she's attracted to him. That's wild. That's different. Like, imagine a guy having a girl press up on him. Well, we all know that doesn't really happen like that. But, you know, hypothetically, let's just say a girl, she stumbled in your path, or, you know, she dropped, I don't know, something at Walmart. She dropped her wallet in front of you at Walmart or something like that. Okay. And she's trying to make an approach. Most dudes are not turning that down. If she asks for your number, or she tries to insinuate that you ask for her number, because usually they're not going and asking for dude's number. That's just not how it works. Then he's going to be like, okay, cool. Yeah, you can have my number, or you can have my Instagram, or you can have something, and then we can communicate later. Dudes aren't really rejecting girls, especially if they feel like they're attracted. So, my advice to some of you guys, man, start rejecting some of these chicks, bro. Start rejecting them, especially if, you know, you're an attractive dude, bro. Start rejecting some of them so they understand that, oh, it's really slim pickings out here. I really got to get on my stuff to be able to get the guy that I want. Because a lot of chicks, they just think these dudes going to fall in their lap. And it's a lot of dudes who will, but a lot of those dudes are suckers. See, what she going to do here, the dude who's attractive, she might dub him, and he keep hitting her up, and he keep applying pressure. But the guy who she's not attracted to, She gonna go out on dinner dates with him, string him along, make him pay, while the guy who she is attracted to, he don't have to take her out. All he got to do is just ask 3 times and he gonna get it. But the guy that she's not attracted to, she gonna string him along, take him on dinner dates. Oh, say I had a good time, we should do it again sometime. Get him for 2-3 dates, and then she boom out the door. So you want to make sure you are not that guy.
But then there's another guy who's not that attractive who's pursuing me. I'm like, no, seriously, stop. Like, I don't like it. And he keeps trying. That guy's not going to get anywhere. But
he's not going to get anywhere, but then he's going to start offering these trinkets like, ooh, here's the bread here, let's go on a trip here. It's pretty much the alpha caches or alpha smashes beta caches situation. She is going to string that dude along, and that dude's going to be wondering why he can't get none.
But if you keep trying, you like
But
eventually I'll give in.
But why? But I don't want to do that.
So you heard it from bruh. He said, I don't want to do that. And he's within his right not to do that. And that's why we have this divide in relationships nowadays, because a lot of chicks, let's keep it a and boom. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quarantino Da GAWD coming at you live and direct. And today we have a very special topic. Man, so woo! This one is deep. It's an update on the Lauren Smithfield situation. I want to go straight into it. I want to go straight into it because this is a real deal situation, and it has to do with women who are sugaring, okay? Women who are doing the sugar baby thing and all that kind of stuff. They're living their best life, or so what they tell you. And it's not panning out the way that a lot of them would like. That's what I'll say. I'm not even going to make it about black and white, okay? Because we all know that this has happened to other Instagram models who were not black or racially ambiguous. I know I've done a video on tiger booty before, and it's crazy what's going down out here, especially with these models and whatnot. They're risking it all because they believe that they are about to have a good time doing something strange for a piece of change and all that. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to break down some of what is going on with the Lauren Smithfield situation. So if you guys don't know, Lauren Smithfield is a woman, a black woman from Connecticut. She is a very beautiful dark-skinned sister who recently lost her life, and it is under mysterious circumstances. And there are a lot of people who are saying that it is racially charged and whatnot. And that could be what we're going to do is we're going to break down this situation and really get into it. But it's a very sad situation, but it has to be noted because the reason that she passed away could have potentially been due to her being involved with a white sugar daddy. Okay. So this is a very scary situation, and a lot of young girls need to take notes and heed this situation. Proceed with caution, okay? Because a lot of women think that they're invincible. They really do, especially in this modern day. You see so many women feeling like they're invincible, moving like they're invincible, thinking that they can just meet up with random men online and it ensures their safety just because he has money. Some dudes, like what you see in Tiger Booty's situation, some dudes will some dudes will pay you to kill you. Like we see what went down with Tiger Booty. Okay. So it's not, it's not far-fetched to think that these guys with money would do something crazy to you. And we're also streaming on TikTok. So somebody says the stream hasn't started. It absolutely has started. It's just on my Quarantino Da GAWD channel. So just type in Quarantino Da GAWD on YouTube and you should be able to find me there. We're streaming live on all of my Quarantino channels, also on Twitch. But we're going to get into this Lauren Smith Fields situation because I'm going to show you the truth about what she was really getting into. And honestly, it looked like innocent fun, but at the end of the day, what she was doing was very dangerous, and it looks like it cost her her life. So shout out to the people in the chat so far. Mike the Great, my guy Wiz G, he says, any update on the gym situation? Oh yeah, so with the gym situation earlier today, it was a prank. I guess some random person from a text now got my number and they were trying to prank me. So we got trolls out here, and it is what it is. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into it.
It's killing me inside. I miss my baby.
The mother of 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields of Bridgeport says her family's world came crashing down 10 days ago when her daughter was found dead inside her apartment on Plymouth Street under what the family describes as mysterious circumstances. The medical exam.
Damn, they had, when they said mysterious circumstances, they used a picture of her like saying shh. I think that was in bad taste. Like she's saying shh, don't tell nobody, because that's what she was saying about her lifestyle. Her lifestyle was hush. It's hush hush. It's not being talked about in these videos. What her parents may know now, but may have not known before, is that she was a sugar baby. She was a sugar baby. They say she was a business owner and all this kind of stuff, guys. I looked at her Instagram, and we're gonna look at her Instagram. She might have owned a business, owned an LLC, but she wasn't making money from that business. Let's keep it a buck.
Family describes as mysterious circumstances. The medical examiner has not yet released the cause of death, and investigators aren't commenting.
Without a doubt, we know that my daughter was not a drug user, and
So they're saying that she wasn't a drug user. You can, the parents, they never know. The parents never know. They probably didn't think that she was a sugar baby either. Okay. But I'm here to tell you guys that, and it's unfortunate that this happened, but she was definitely living a double life. Absolutely. Absolutely. She was living a double life. And any guy who's looking at this with a red vitamin lens can see that.
I had a second autopsy myself, paid out of pocket, because we felt so uncomfortable with the way it was handled.
It's Lauren.
So he had a second autopsy done. Lauren also had a YouTube channel. So I'm going to try and find that YouTube channel as well. But man, this one's tough.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Lauren was a familiar face to YouTube audiences. Her family says she had been a track star at Stanford High School and was now studying physical therapy at Norwalk Community College. A sweet child, they say, who had blossomed into a beautiful young woman who had the whole world at her feet.
And yeah, she was bad. Like when she defies all of the, oh, well, dark-skinned women get looked over, da-da-da-da-da. No. This woman, no, she wasn't looked over at all. She was not looked over at all. Okay? So we're gonna break down her YouTube channel because it's crazy, man. It's crazy how these things happen. But we're gonna break down her whole lifestyle, all right, guys? So make sure that you buckle up. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you share the stream. and get the word out here, because we're also revealing some of the mystery that actually occurred in her passing. Shout out to Just Fish Cakes. He says he's what's up from TikTok. So here we go.
They say Lauren had met, quote, an older white man on the dating app Bumble, and it was he who alerted police to Lauren's death.
So get this. She met an older white man on Bumble. She met an older white man on Bumble. This is important. This is really important, okay? This is important because it shows you the type of men that she was putting herself, or the type of position that she was putting herself in with these different types of men, okay? This is an older white man that she probably, may have had relations with, may have had some type of relationship with. She was absolutely getting the bag dropped on her. They were absolutely dropping the bag on her. She was dating these older white men, probably from all around the country, but she knew that she was able to pick them up on Bumble, on Tinder, on other dating apps like Seeking Arrangements. So she was a professional. She knew the game. She knew the game, and it's crazy. It's sad that she ended up losing her life over being a sugar baby. But this is the reality of the situation. A lot of chicks don't understand that this game is super dangerous. And if you are going to participate in this game, then you are going to need a male who can assure your safety, okay? That's why pimping is so popular. It's so popular, and it's so pivotal to a woman who is, selling it like that. It's so pivotal to her for her to have that male backing. Now, a lot of times these guys who are pimping, they're not the best guys. They don't treat the shorty the best. So a lot of them try and get their independence and whatnot and do it dolo. But this is what happens when you try and do the finesse game, sugar baby, selling WAP. Like when you try and do it dolo, it always backfires.
The family says they are not satisfied with answers they got from an investigator.
I asked him about the guy. He just made it seem like the guy was a nice guy. It was nothing to investigate.
The only contact.
So you see, the brother asked the police about the man who had called the police, her little Bumble date, all right? Her Bumble date, her 60-year-old date. The brother asked about him and said, hey, is there anything suspicious with the man who actually called the police and who was out here seeing my sister? And the police said no. The police said he was a nice guy. Now, this is the danger of what she was doing, because if you're dealing with a guy who's got a bag, who's got a sack, it's really not even about his race, okay? It's really not even about his race. It's the fact that he was a known figure in the community. He has bread. He has money, okay? So they're like, so in their mind, in the police mind, probably, they're like, why would this old white dude ruin his life just to take out this very young, attractive woman who he was tricking on? Okay?
He just made it seem like the guy was a nice guy. It was nothing to investigate.
The only contact that we have had was from a very insensitive, condescending, and arrogant detective.
Lauren's dad reading a scathing statement saying police failed to extend the most basic courtesies and told his family to stop calling. Councilwoman Maria Pereira says police owe Lauren's mom an apology.
She sent a really well-written email, and I was shocked when just yesterday she told me she had not even received a response.
So she's inquiring about the investigation into the death of her daughter and not receiving any response. It looks like they're trying to cover it up and keep it on the hush-hush. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Mom, who's left to plan her daughter's funeral just days before Christmas, says she's struggling to find a path forward.
Life is not the same. I don't know who I'm going to be after this.
In Bridgeport, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
Your heart just goes out to that family. The city of Bridgeport issuing this statement about.
Yo, shout out to my nigga Minister Jap. He says, salute little big bro. Cook, my nigga. Hey, I'm finna go in, brother. I'm finna go in. I gotta tell the truth. I gotta spread the truth, man. And it's wild out here.
About the investigation, the Bridgeport Police Department takes these concerns very seriously. The command staff of the Detective Bureau is reviewing the handling of this case to ensure that best practices are being followed. It is imperative to note that the death of Lauren Smith Fields remains an ongoing investigation. Our department extends its deep.
All right, so guys, give me a second. My dogs are whining. They need to go out. So let me take them out right quick, and I'll be right back.
If you want to see exclusive raw and uncut videos of Quarantino Da GAWD exposing and explaining how to bang OnlyFans chicks, cam girls, and other adult content creators and then toss them to the wayside, look no further. For only $9.99 a month, you too can become the Slore Slayer you were always meant to be. All you have to do is subscribe to my OnlyFans, and you can unlock the skills that it takes to bang adult models on a consistent and regular basis. Are you scared to talk to that bartender at your local pub? Or afraid to lock eyes with the HBIC in your local titty bar? Want to know how to build up the courage to engage in conversation with that hot Hooters waitress with the tight ass that you always order the 6-piece all flats naked wings with? All you have to do is click the link to my OnlyFans in the description box below. Tino Gang.
All right, guys. Woo! This story keeps getting deeper and deeper, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean by that. Man. But Lauren Smith Fields, man, it's unfortunate, but she was in fact a sugar baby. She was. And I think that the news media, nobody is saying anything about it. Nobody's speaking about it. Nobody's saying, oh, well, you know, women should be able to learn from this lesson, understand that online dating in some aspects is very dangerous. Understand that meeting up with older guys who you don't know is very dangerous. Nobody is taking this moment to create a teachable lesson. And this situation happened a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to wait on it to see if more information came out about the guy who ended up calling the police initially. So with that being said, let's get into it.
They actually want us to disappear. Just be quiet and just shut up. And that's not going to happen. Just like I told the police department, you're going to forever remember Lauren Smith Fields' name.
So they want accountability for the death of their daughter. They want closure. They want a deeper investigation. From my understanding, there was no direct evidence from the autopsy of foul play. So if this guy who she met up with from Bumble really did kill her, then he has probably done it before, and he probably is super good at hiding any evidence of foul play.
The mother of 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields of Bridgeport says her family's world came crashing down 10 days ago when her daughter was found dead inside her apartment on Plymouth Street, under what the family describes as mysterious circumstances. They say Lauren had met, quote, an older white man on the dating app Bumble, and it was he who alerted police to Lauren's death.
So that is kind of strange. That's kind of strange that the guy would tell on himself, okay? You got to admit, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Okay? It's kind of weird that the guy would tell on himself. that he would call the police on himself. So that either he's really good at this shit, or or he's just an idiot, or he's innocent, or he is innocent.
The family says they are not satisfied with answers they got from an investigator.
I asked him about the guy. He just made it seem like the guy was a nice guy. It was nothing to investigate.
And that could be true. Maybe the guy who ended up calling the police was not the guy who killed Lauren. Maybe the guy who called the police was not the guy who killed Lauren. Think about it like this way. She had niggas lined up. She had these old white dudes lined up. Okay? They was spending money on her. And how do I know they were spending money on her? Oh, we gonna see. I'm gonna show you exactly how I know that she was getting that bag. She was in fact a sugar baby, and she was light years ahead of a lot of these other women out here who claim that they're sugar babies. No, Lauren, she was on it. She was on it. Like you could tell that she had multiple men supporting her lifestyle. Multiple older white men. So for her to meet this guy on Bumble, it really could have just been her trying to find a new John, or maybe she knew him before and they had, communicated over Bumble. Maybe he sent her some cash apps or whatnot. But there is going to be a digital trail behind this whole situation.
Chantel Fields, Lauren Smithfield's mother. So far, we haven't had any answers at all, ever since the day that we found out that she passed away. Well, the day that I found out that she passed away, I went to her apartment and seen a handwritten note on the door saying, if you're looking for Lauren, call this number. And that was it. It wasn't left by the officer. It was left by her landlord.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. So the officers did not directly inform the family of her passing. They had to learn through the landlord. Sheesh.
I don't get any notification that my daughter passed away. I don't even get grieving time at all. I've been thrown into this whole craziness of smoke and mirrors.
And let's keep it a buck, man. She was top tier. She was beautiful. All right. She's definitely Instagram model ready. IG model ready. She was a bad bitch. Okay. But unfortunately, it looked like she was kind of moving reckless when it come to this sugar daddy shit. Niggas knowing where she live at, her giving up the address. Like it's a little sloppy, especially if you using multiple old niggas to support your lifestyle. If they find out about each other, they're going to be a little pissed. Okay. Remember I did the video review of the Asian man who spazzed on one of his sugar babies. Okay. They're going to be pissed if they find out that you are finessing them.
No one's telling us anything at all.
I'm Darnell Crossan. I'm an attorney working with the family. You have a 23-year-old young woman with a gentleman who's 45 plus. He meets her.
So listen how he said that. You have a 23-year-old woman with a gentleman who's 45 plus. Look, that's what she was looking for. That was her demo. Those are the types of guys who she aimed for. Those are the types of guys who she targeted. I guarantee if you go to her analytics on her Bumble dating app, she was only swiping for guys who were over 35 probably. Okay, 35 plus. Because she knew that these were the types of men who had money and who were willing to spend it on her.
On a Bumble website, and typically you take any testimonial evidence and you compare it or weigh it against any physical evidence, right? So We know from his statement, this gentleman stated that he slept in his clothes and that there was no sex involved. Yet still, on our own, we find in the bathroom a used condom with semen in it. We also
Wow. So they are getting to the nitty gritty. Wow. So he said that their relationship consisted of him sleeping with her with clothes on, but he knows that they had sex because there was a condom with semen in it. Damn, the plot is thickening. The plot is thickening, man. Woo! That is a bombshell. That right there is a bombshell. Wow. Wow.
involved. Yet still, on our own, we find in the bathroom a used condom with semen in it. We also find a pill that's used as a sedative. So
wow. So he had the pills. It looks like this could have been a Cosby situation. My thing is, why are you so comfortable inviting this old ass white dude to your crib? And this is the fatal flaw that a lot of black women make, unfortunately. Okay. They think that they can, like, in general, a lot of black women think that they can beat up white men. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm just going to keep it a buck. They think that they can take them. Like, they literally think that when it comes to the physicality, one-on-one, they can beat a white dude up. So if you're just tuning in on the Instagram live, I am Dewan Rodriguez. Says, when does this take place? You want to go check me out on Quarantino Da GAWD on my YouTube. That is where I'm going live. That's where you can see the full broadcast. But yeah, a lot of these sisters think that they can take white men, and they're not, and they think that they can beat these guys up. Okay. They think that they can fight and that they can beat these guys up, but they're not understanding that, hey, this is still a freaking man. It's a whole fucking man that you invited to your house.
Testimonial evidence, and you compare it or weigh it against any physical evidence, right? So we know from his statement, this gentleman stated that he slept in his clothes and that there was no sex involved. Yet still, on our own, we find in the bathroom a used condom.
So with this newly found evidence, I think he killed her. I think he killed her 100%. 100%. If he fucked her, like, yeah, I mean, and there were sedatives involved, yeah, he definitely did.
With semen in it. We also find a pill that's used as a sedative. So it looks like he could have drugged her, he could have raped her. Yet still, they tell us he's a nice man. Don't jump to conclusions. He's a very nice man. They let him go.
Yeah.
So these things aren't things that should be expected. So there's a typical protocol that's followed when you have a situation like this. And what I mean by that is, if you have a husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend call the police because one of them is dead, typically the person who is surviving, whether it's the wife or whether it's the husband or boyfriend or the girlfriend, that person is pivotal to the investigation.
That's so true. If this were a situation of like a domestic dispute and a man called the police and said, hey, I found my wife deceased, whatever. Oh yeah, you best believe that guy is getting investigated into.
Most times they're looked at as suspects because they were the last person with the deceased. In this particular case, the police have been very hesitant to even call this person a person of interest. It's appalling that we have to prosecute our own cases. They have a right to know that the police department considers this case as serious as any other case.
My thing is, why would she give her address so freely? I mean, guys, let's keep it like, isn't it when you're out here on these dating apps, it's hard to get a link up. It's hard to get a link up. It's tough. It's tough. So why would she feel so comfortable to give this older white man her address? The fuck is going on here? Like, woo.
They haven't gotten that.
Well, the family is actually feeling that the police just don't care. They have no respect for us. You can tell the way how they treated us. And we feel that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And we feel that if we don't fight as a family, as a unit, we're not going to get anything solved. We're letting them know that we're not going anywhere at all. We're here to fight for my daughter, Lauren Smith Fields.
Wow. That was moving, man. That was moving. All right. So there's your backstory on Lauren Smith Fields. There's your backstory on Lauren Smith Fields. The mother said the police didn't respect her and all this kind of stuff. Okay. I understand it. I feel her, man. I feel her. But it doesn't negate the fact that Shorty was she was living a very risky lifestyle. And I'm going to show you right here. So this is Lauren's Instagram. Obviously, she was a bad bitch, okay? She was tough. Very fine, had everything together. The body yaddy yaddy. As you can see, she had them clappers out, okay? Like she was out here. She was out here, all right? She had the clappers out. Different countries, traveling. She's only 23. Where is she getting this money to travel? Where is she getting all this money to travel? Shorty just hopped off the porch. I looked into her business. It doesn't look like that they were, they was having all types of revenue. But once you start looking into these stories, look at all these locations: London, Rome, Jamaica, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Dominican. This woman was definitely sugaring. Absolutely. So we'll go through these really quick. Okay. She's in Rio Las Cuevas. All right. So when you first looking at it, it's like, okay, it can't be that crazy. Like, she's having fun driving. She out here, doing the twerking, city girls, all that kind of stuff. All right. She was definitely a freak-a-leak. She was definitely one of those women who she's a modern woman. Okay. She's a modern woman. All right. Got all the city girls lyrics.
I swear if I said it, I mean it. I'm handling business, ain't rapping no shit that I'm not about. Don't ask about a nigga I forgot about. Boss bitches only, you is not allowed.
Boss bitches only, you is not allowed. And it pains me to show what type of shit she was on. But you could tell she was one of those women who was on that get money, by all means, finesse a nigga, do this to a nigga, do that to a nigga. Okay. And it looks like she specifically targeted older white men. And that became her downfall. When are black women going to understand that just because he's a white man don't mean that he's safe?
Tell me when. Go. I started it.
So she's calling herself a boss bitch, but it looks like she was selling the pussy. No disrespect, but that's not being a boss. Being a boss is you don't have to adhere to anybody. You live life on your own terms. You live life on your own terms. And like I said, man, she was bad. But then once you get into the nitty-gritty and the reality of these situations, okay, she definitely had a fat ass. She was on point, okay? She is like the quintessential black girl who most black men would have probably tried to get at in high school, but she rejected them. And that's fine because her beauty warrants that she deserves a guy who can do the things that she would want to do. The problem is that she looked for those things in the wrong men, especially men who couldn't really or who didn't really care about her. She was looking for what these guys could do for her and not necessarily if they cared for her. So look, she is in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. No way in hell. No way in hell she paid for this. The hotel that she's staying in is very expensive. You can tell. Marble floors, pillars all over the place. They got the infinity pool.
Period. What am I saying? One more time.
What did he say?
LaurenIsAChef.com. Period. What am I saying? One more time. Lauren?
LaurenIsAChef.com.
Period.
On your face, okay?
Period.
I don't know what they said right there. But she was all over the place traveling. Obviously not on her own dime. I don't think you guys understand. What they was doing is hella expensive. And she not only was using it for herself, but she was taking her friends on these trips that these sugar daddies were paying for. She was taking her friends on these trips that these sugar daddies were paying for. Okay? You want to know how I know? This is the teller right here. So she's in Puerto Rico, just left the Dominican Republic. And her family didn't think it was weird that she was traveling out of the country like every other month.
Damn, stop playing with me.
You see, she also has her gay best friend on the trip. This white man who she was dealing with was paying for everything. And like I said, she was probably dealing with multiple sugar daddies. And then the one that she dealt with on Bumble, she slipped up.
Swing, boom. Swing. Oh, body on her.
Blue contacts. Perpetuating. I wouldn't be surprised. She has the blue contacts. I would not be surprised if the white man that she was dealing with told her to put those blue contacts in. I wouldn't be surprised if the white man that she was dealing with told her to put those blue contacts in.
Hey, Irino. I want to take some time pictures. And that's on that, period.
So they're jumping off the bridge. She got a kick out of that, obviously. They literally just jumped in the water. I don't see the I don't see the excitement.
That's why I found too. They say you ain't.
So you see, she brought her friends on the trip too. She was definitely moving very Unfortunately, she was moving very slutty. And it looks like it was to her detriment, man. And it doesn't bring me joy to say this, but this is a learning experience. God damn, she was throwing ass. She was throwing motherfucking ass, okay? While she was here, she threw all the ass that she could. There goes the gay best friend, getting her more drunk. Okay? Okay? Now, I'm going to show you. Hawaii. Boom. Okay. She's in Hawaii. Obviously didn't pay for this trip herself either. It looks like she might have went on this trip without her friends this time. Jamaica. Now, Jamaica is the teller. When she went to Jamaica, this is how I knew for a fact that she was dealing with a sugar daddy. All right. Look at these bills. This is at a restaurant and a bar. Look at the bills. Look at the bills. $2,500. $2,500. Big $2,500. That's one check. You know when you say check please at a restaurant and then you get the bill back? $2,500. She was not making bread like that. Come on. Another bill for $2,500. Another bill for $2,300. Another bill for $2,200. Hold up. Hey, yo. Respectfully, she was a sugar baby. Respectfully. Unfortunately, it led to her demise. And like I said, black women feel safer around white men. Black women feel safer. And look, I don't blame you. I really don't blame them. Because we hear so many stories of black men crashing out. Jay Stash, Raji Black, so many black men crashing out and killing their women. So I don't blame her for feeling like white men were safer. But J Film says this, the college girl, yeah, she was in a community college. She wasn't even at a PWI. But let's add up these tabs. Two $2,500 bills. Two $2,500 bills. The next one, $2,330. Mama and daddy was not paying for this. And the last one was $2,213 or $2,213. So, oh man, they just messed up my calculations. Hold on. So we got 2,500 plus 2,500 plus what was it, like 2,100? 2,500, 2,500, 2,300, and then 2,200. So she spent almost $10,000 on dinner. $10,000 on dinner. Lauren Smith Fields, unfortunately, it pains me to say, was a sugar baby. She was selling that pussy, man. She was selling that pussy. Okay? And it doesn't mean that she deserved to die. That's what I'm not trying to say. But it means she was living a dangerous and risque lifestyle. Okay? It means that she was living a dangerous lifestyle. Van Lee says dating apps are for 8, 9, and 10 males or males who have money. Adrian said OnlyFans, maybe not. If she had OnlyFans, there would be a link in the bio. Van Lee said, Tino, if you had a Tinder date and found the girl dead or heard she died the next day after smashing, what would you do? Woo! You have no choice but to cooperate, honestly. Like, you can't run from the situation or you look guilty. You can't lie about the situation. But it looks like this white man lied about the situation. He said that they didn't fuck, but obviously there was a trash can that held, his DNA in a condom. KD20 says she's such a boss. Mike the Great says older white guy with money and connections. Wiz G says divestment, SMH. Van Lee says, and in the midst of all this, the mother will never, ever admit she was turning tricks. Yeah, the mother's not going to admit that she was a hoe, okay? The mother's not going to admit that she was a hoe, and I understand that you don't want to shed a negative light and bring any more dismissal to the situation, because when you bring out this information that, unfortunately, she was probably a prostitute, she was probably a hooker, she was probably a hoe, she was probably a slore. When you bring out this information, it makes people lose empathy for you. It makes people say, hey, this is what hoes do. I don't know if anybody listened to Action Bronson, but on his Blue Chips 2 album, he had a skit, and then he was like, that's what you get for being a whore, though. Like, let's see if I can play that song. But being a prostitute, being a hooker, it has dire consequences, man. It really does. Okay, so I'll come back with the song, but KD20 says play stupid games. They Mike the Great says they won't say nothing. Van Lee also asked Tino if you had a daughter who just jumped off the porch and hopped into prawn, sugaring, and stripping, what's your first mode of action? If she hop on the porch and go to that lifestyle, that's on you, baby girl. I raised you as best as I could. And if my teachings, if my lessons, if me shedding light on the reality of life did not wisen you up and show you that you don't, want to go and slut yourself out in this manner, have sex for money, then I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing with you. As a man, as a father, I'm going to have to respectfully wash my hands with you, because when it comes to children, once they get up out that house and they become 18, they're making decisions for themselves. You can never handcuff a child, even if they're living with you. Even if they're living with you, you can't stop them from doing what they want to do. DT Harlem says that's typical for these Atlanta hoes. Their inspiration, that's on her. Yeah, she's from Connecticut, but I understand what you're saying. Aaron Gray says she should have picked pimping. Yeah, she should have chose a black man who had some. She should have let her gay best friend pimp her. Honestly, that is her only line of defense. Anybody who wants to fuck, I gotta be there, and you can trust him more because he's gay and he doesn't want to fuck himself. Okay. Van Lee says, on point, Tino. She's prototypical black girl that won't give you the time of day in high school. She got that New York City girl voice too. Yeah. Jay Fool says, this the college girl. Oh, I read that one. Van Lee says she lived a lot of lives before her death. I will give her that. Yeah, she lived a whole bunch of lives. She lived more lives than most men, period. J Full Film says, should have known it was more to this story. I actually felt bad at first. Yeah. And like I said, man, it doesn't mean that she should have lost her life, but once you start getting into that lifestyle of the underworld, that's what selling pussy is equivalent to selling drugs. Selling pussy is equivalent to selling cocaine, heroin, weed, coke, fentanyl, whatever. It's the same world. It's the underworld. That's why strippers deal with drug dealers. That's why strippers deal with hood niggas. That's why strippers deal with rappers, because they're all intertwined in this underworld, all right, that we call the culture. Mike the Great says, bruh, there's no black men doing this and getting away with this. There isn't any black man doing this. If they either dead or locked up. DT Harlem says that's her tuition for the semester. Absolutely. Definitely killed her. White dude lying. Yeah, the white dude's lying. He actually had sex with her when he told the police that he didn't, so he's a lie. When stuff happens to strippers, everyone lose sympathy. Yeah, that's facts. Van Lee says black men will statutory rape you through stealthy or taking back the bread, but they won't kill you after they smash. That's an interesting take. I don't know if I agree with that, but you know, it is what it is. The only thing that would be different if he was a black man is he would have been in jail. Okay, but she was definitely running up a sack. Let's see if we can find more evidence of just blatant evidence of her being a sugar baby. This one right here, obviously sexually provocative. She is insinuating that statue was having sex. She was definitely a very sexual woman. You can tell. Okay. And I get why she was doing what she was doing for the bag. The culture was sold to her. She thought that she was going to be able to, you know, live her best life and all this stuff. The marketing from other black women in the music industry. So it's unfortunate that she followed, you know, their teachings, but she was at the Trap Music Museum. Okay. It's unfortunate that she followed these guys' teachings, but look, she left Jamaica. Now she's in Rome. Come on. Come on, guys. At this point, come on. Rome, my guy. This how you know that she had a sugar daddy, because niggas just don't be going to Rome like that. Niggas just don't be going to Rome like that. Okay? She's in the UK. She had sugar daddies in the UK. She had Italian sugar daddies. She was living her best life. Okay? Until it became her worst life. So a lot of young women need to take a page out of the Lauren Smith-Fields situation and understand that a lot of times if you are dealing with these richer men, then they have a higher propensity of getting away with your death. Let's see. Jayful Film said Emmett Till got killed for whistling, though. This white dude get off with just saying, I didn't do it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Definitely racially charged. Definitely racially charged. But it's more socioeconomically charged because I'm sure this guy had bread and he was probably, you know, a figure in the community. And he was able to convince the police that he was not the perpetrator. Aaron Gray says, sugar daddy not trying to share. If he spent thousands and another did too, then he feels cheated that he bought a travel thought. Facts. DT Harlem, because the sugar daddy's looking at her story and he's saying, how is she going to all these other places? I only sent her to Jamaica. I only sent her to the UK. I only sent her to Puerto Rico, but I didn't send her to the DR. I didn't send her to Hawaii. I didn't send her here into Punta Cana. So these sugar daddies are taking notes and they are Instagram social media stalkers. Don't get it fucked up, females. These sugar daddies are looking hard at your social media. Just like when women look hard at niggas' social medias, they are looking hard at your social media and they are breaking it down and saying, oh shit, I didn't pay for this. I didn't pay for that. How is she getting this money for that? So they understand and they realize that, oh, she's using me. This is when these old white men get in their feelings and they feel like they shouldn't be used by a black woman. They feel like, oh, hell no, I ain't finna let this black bitch get over on me. Like, that's the attitude with these older white men. Adrian Aquarius says it's crazy that black women are demanding to live in luxury. It's like she forgot COVID exists. Exactly. They don't give a fuck about COVID. They don't give a fuck about COVID. Okay. Unless it directly affects them. Like if they were to tell her that, hey, you can't travel here unless da. Okay. Now I care about COVID. Wiz G says she done been to more places than Jack Boy on his music videos. Sheesh. Jayful Film says she probably tried to extort him or gave him something. Or tried to leave him. Yeah, it's more likely that she tried to leave him. Or she, like, you know, what these women will do is they think that they can get tricked on. They think that men should spend money on them, and then the men don't deserve any pussy afterwards. Like, a lot of these old white men will spend money on these women. They'll spend money on these women, and then, like, the women will say, oh, well, you know, he doesn't really expect nothing. He just wants to be my friend, and he just wants to hang out and go on dates and court me, but he doesn't want to have sex with me. Are you fucking dumb? This is the line of logic from most sugar babies. Oh, yeah, you know, you can be a sugar baby and you don't have to do anything. No. Once that nigga run up a $10,000 tab on drinks in Jamaica, yeah, he gonna want some fucking pussy. I don't give a fuck who you are. Ain't nobody spending 10 bands on just drinks. That trip alone was probably $25,000, $30,000. Looking at the way that they were frivolously spending that white man's money, he probably gave him the credit card. That trip alone was $25,000. Mike the Great says he was white. Money just amplified his privilege. He also says she went places I've never heard of. DT Harlem says paper trail. Yeah, the paper trail is killing her right now. Mike the Great also says he felt like she should take what he gives her and give him what he wants. Absolutely. DT Harlem says COVID is an excuse they use to separate from the undesirable men. Absolutely. It's COVID. I don't want to meet up. You hear this a lot on dating apps. Van Lee says the sugar daddy getting off without an investigation is wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Jayful Film said $10,000. I want some after I spend $100. Van Lee says girls will sell pussy and give head with no rubber and shame you for not being vaxxed. Absolutely. You're so right, man. You're so right. And it's crazy that this is the reality of the situation. I'm going to show one more video of Lauren when she was younger explaining her first kiss on YouTube. I don't know what sparked her going and trying to become a sugar baby, but woo. This is what happens, ladies. Pay attention. Pay attention. Y'all think shit's sweet. Y'all see all these other women on OnlyFans, Instagram models doing the sugar baby thing. And if you don't have a pimp or you don't have a man or you don't have security, you're going to take that L.
Like she with family. I'm about to go fuck her up because she tried me at school. Like I said, oh, I see the bitch outside. Like she with family. I'm about to go fuck her up because she tried me at school. Like she pressed me about some guy that wasn't even claiming her. Like I was like, I'm about to get this.
Welcome to my YouTube channel.
So it looked like she was taking other bitches' men too. Not only was she a sugar baby, but she was a bona fide through and through city girl side bitch. It looks like from this story that she's telling. Okay.
No. Okay. So this is like the first thing I'm uploading on there. Anyways, so I'm gonna do a story time. I'm gonna do a story time about my first kiss, and it ended up into a fight. I was around like 13. Maybe like at 13, 12-ish. I thought I was grown too. I really thought I was grown.
13 or 12, taking another woman's man.
Grown. But anyways, I ended up with a fight because a boy lied to me that he wasn't in a relationship, and he was at a whole different school. So
she was talking to a boy who was at a different school. He said he lied about not being in a relationship. Okay, so she didn't know.
I was in middle school in South Carolina, and I started talking to this boy. It was me and my best friend. I was talking to these brothers, and she liked the other one. I liked the other one or whatever. I'm gonna name him. What should I name him? What should I name? Call them the Jonas Brothers.
The Jonas Brothers. So she was dealing with white men. It looks like she actually had she really liked white men. It looks like she was seriously attracted to white men. Okay. It looks like that she was seriously attracted, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But it looks like that was to her detriment.
I forgot the name of the Jonas though. I'm gonna say Nick. So his name was Nick, and then my friend liked I'm gonna say fucking Rick. I don't know. Anyway, so so we liked them. We used to talk on the phone all the time. Like it would just be me and her just talking on the phone to them. Like when you're best friends and you're dating brothers, that's like the funnest thing ever. Cause it's like we get to hang out all the time together. It's like there's no separation. Anyways, and this is when my best friend was living with me. Or was she? I don't think she was. No, that wasn't no. I think she was living with me at this time. Anyways, but we're not friends anymore, but that's what happened. So me and my friend would go to the football games all the time because the football games were places that were like was the place that everybody went to. It's like the main place you would see the older boys, like everybody, like and the parents and stuff would be on the stadium watching the football game while the bad kids are just in the back doing whatever. So when we went to the game, it was just me there. I think it was just me there, and that's when I first saw Nick, and we were just walking around the football thing, holding hands. When I tell you, I was so happy that we was holding hands because like I was like, this is my man, like fuck out of here. We was holding hands, my hands was getting sweaty. I thought I was a shit because he was like the popping boy, like everybody wanted him, and we weren't even in the same school. So like I know that's bad because when you're not in the same school, it's like who's this boy talking to? Like what's
So it looks like, and it sounds like this guy was an older guy, an older man. Okay. She said she was 12 or 13. So she's in middle school. He might have been in high school, but he was popping. He was that guy.
going on? Anyways, so we wasn't in the same school. And I'll be like, that's my man, like we was holding hands, that's me and him forever and ever, like all that. So later on at that football game, we went on a dark side of behind the stadium on a dark side. So it was two sides. So the other side was the other team side, and then our side was the home. So we went on the home side, and we were standing by the tree or whatever. We started kissing. So that's when I first kissed him. That was my first kiss too. Like I was like, what's going on? Like I'm scared. His mouth was like the way he kissed was like mad slimy. I was just standing there like, what am I doing? Like
This is a weird story, man. This is a weird story.
I don't know what to do. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm gonna just sit here and just try to do what he's doing. Anyways, so after because I was telling everybody, I was telling my friends, kiss and tell. I was kissing and telling everything. Then the next day at school, this girl came up to me and was like, "Oh, did you kiss my boyfriend?" I said, "What? Your boyfriend?"
Uh-oh.
I said, "Who's your boyfriend?" She was like, "Nick." I was like, "No, he's not your boyfriend. That's my boyfriend." And so nothing happened at school. But the crazy thing about it, like it was a couple weeks later, like we know we'll be subbing each other on Twitter and stuff like that, looking at each other. Mind you, she's a whole grade higher than me. Well, he was a whole grade higher too.
So he was older, a grade older. Okay. So is a woman. So, sheesh.
Yeah. So, and she was like trying to press me at school. I was like, move, bitch, bye. Like, that's my man. I kissed him. But I was tight. I was like, why? I was tight. I was like, why didn't you tell me that you had a girlfriend? Da-da-da-da. He's like, that's not my girl. You know how guys be lying. He was like, that's not my girl. Da-da-da-da. So weeks later, this is like, I think this is around like break or the weekend. Something like that. I think it was around Halloween. I'm not sure. So my best friend, she lived in like a gated community type of thing. So her house was already at the end, and this is when we had break everywhere. But this is when we had break, so her parents wasn't home. Like it was just friends over her house. So I was chilling, and so she had friends over her house. Her and her sister had friends over her house. It was like a little party situation. And I went outside and I started walking or something. I don't know what the fuck I was doing outside. And I saw, I don't know what to call her, the guy's girlfriend or whatever. I'm gonna call her Jessie. So I saw like down the block, I saw her at somebody's house. So I'm like I ran back to my friend's house. I said, "Oh, I see the bitch outside. Like she with family. I'm about to
So it looks like she was on that typical hood shit, trying to fight over a man.
go fuck her up because she tried me at school. Like she pressed me about some guy that he wasn't even claiming her. Like I was like, I'm about to get these poles on her. So my best friend was like, wait, let me go get my sister. We about to go get her. So you know what I did? I didn't wait. I just ran and fucked the bitch up, right? Actually, no, I'm lying. I didn't go back. I didn't go back and tell them. Right when I saw the girl outside, I went to go attack her. Tell me why she was around family and all that. That was the most dumbest shit ever. I got my ass jumped.
Wow. So she tried to jump this girl when she was with her family. And, you know, it's some young shit. But this is what happens in the community. And I'm surprised that she pretty much came out unscathed. Like, she's very beautiful. It doesn't look like they lumped her up too bad. It doesn't look like she got hella scratches all over her legs and all over her arms and shit. So, but we all know that black women like to fight, okay? Black men too, but it's something weird about the women in your community wanting to fight, okay? Looking for fights, especially over men.
It's not funny because I really got my ass jumped. And then my friends heard something going on. They ran and went to the fight and was fighting bitches, fighting grandmothers, fighting mothers, fighting sisters, nieces, uncles, all that. The whole family was at that house that day, and it was only me and my best friend and her sister and some other guys that was not like trying to get into it, whatever. But me and my best friend was really trying to go ham on a bitch. Like she saw me fighting, my best friend jumped in, fucking her up. But then her cousin, the girl cousin, bro, she was real broad looking, like she was real big, like mannish type shit. Like those big bone bitches. Like she came and this is when I was getting my hair done too, because her sister did braids and she was doing my hair, and I had half a head in my head.
Wow. This video doesn't age well, man. This video doesn't age well, man. Pimped Out Platypus says, Minister Jap just gave you a shout out that sent me here. Good stuff, man. I am going to throw a like and sub your way. Oh, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, brother. And shout out to my guy, Minister Jap. That nigga, Minister Jap, I'm not even going to lie. When I came into, I don't even want to call it the black manosphere anymore, because, nowadays there's a whole bunch of beef going on and all this kind of stuff. But when I came into the Black Manosphere and found out about it, first two guys that I went to was Alpha Male Strategies and Minister Jap. So those two guys, you know, I really think them are some real solid niggas, like especially that nigga Minister Jap. One of the funniest niggas on you. He probably is the funniest nigga on YouTube. He is the funniest nigga on YouTube. Like, hands out, no doubt about it. To me, he's the best red vitamin content creator. The best. I don't know another nigga who goes as deep as him, you know, who works as hard as him. So, man, shout out to Minister Jap, bro, for real. That nigga is funny as fuck.
Girl, when I tell you I got dragged that night by her uppity man cousin, I was like, this ain't it. This ain't the leg. This ain't the. If I was gonna go beat this bitch up, why I get beat up by the family? Grandma was punching. Motherfucking mama was punching. I went home that day. I went home the next day. Balls spot. My mom like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why you look like that? I said, Mom, I just beat up. She said, did you win? I was like, no. She said,
Wow. The mother said, did you win?
Get your ass in the car. I said, damn. My mom was so mad at me. She was just funny to me. But after that, that boy still kept on talking to me. I don't know what happened with them, but that boy kept on talking to me. I said, you gotta go, deuces. Could you let me get beat up? Like, he didn't say nothing to the girl. He didn't say nothing about that night.
Well, that ain't his business, shit. That's between y'all two. Y'all couldn't make it work. Y'all should have just talked it out instead of fighting. But we all know in the community, there ain't no talking. It's just get physical, start shooting.
I told him I fought that bitch, but it wasn't over him. It was just over because she tried to press me. Like,
oh, it wasn't over him. Okay.
In front of people at the school. Like, I'm not about to sit here and be pressed. Like, that's disrespectful. I'm highly big on respect. And I was type embarrassed too, because like, how this guy is gonna kiss me knowing he had a girlfriend, knowing I was type, and he was the whole entire time at the game, he was holding my hand. We was walking back and forth in front of people. He was not letting my hand go. Like, my hand was sweating, he was not letting my hand go. So how is all that publicness there? And
so, and this is where women go wrong. They get confused that a guy who just looking for something sexually with you, they confuse that with relationship value. Okay, women confuse their sexual marketplace value with relationship value. Okay, and it's really perplexing to watch because they really think that just because a guy wants to fuck them means that he wants them.
Nobody, well, that's what people saw. But like, you gonna sit here and put me in public knowing you got a girlfriend? You gonna flaunt me in public knowing you got a girlfriend? What? Girl, I was highly disappointed in myself, but I didn't know, so it was his fault. It was his fault.
It was his fault. The guy didn't. All he did was kiss her. She went and fought the other woman, but it was his fault. It's his fault. No accountability. And I bet if she had the opportunity, she would blame the fact that her getting caught up with these sugar daddies was their fault, or it was the white man's fault. No accountability, man. And I hate to say it, but fuck. That's what led to your demise. Going throughout your whole life, not facing any accountability, thinking that you can just get over on these white niggas, bruh.
Like, we beat that bitch up. We really thought we would fall. And then after, I guess she took, I guess like after the fight or whatever, I guess like my braids was on the floor or whatever. Mind you, I only lost like 3 fights in my life. Like, you know, so.
And that's another thing that black people got to stop doing. Like, taking pride in fights that have no type of monetary or consequential gain. Like, oh, I've only lost 3 fights in my life. Is that what she said? What she said again? Hold on, let me run it back.
Yeah, I only lost like 3 fights in my life.
She only lost 3 fights in her life, as if you're like being scored like you Floyd Mayweather or something, and your record is being taken. Like, These street fights don't count to anything. It doesn't make people believe that you can fight. It doesn't make people think that, oh, I ain't going to try her because she said she's only lost 3 fights in her life. The fact that you've even, as a black woman, the fact that you have gotten into 3 fights in your life as a woman, let alone a black woman, is sad. Because we know that black people only bang on other black people. So she's a black woman fighting another black woman for a man.
Now I'm not gonna count like before I was 12. I'm not gonna count those because those were petty little fights, feel me, on my neighborhood. So I'm not gonna count them bitches. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, so she got one of my braids and she took a picture of it and she said, here we killing her on her own Twitter. I was like, bitch, I'll fuck you up again. I don't care if I
Damn. The bitch put her on blast.
I will fuck you up. Keep on seeing.
And guys, don't get in my comment section on the playback talking about why you calling her a bitch? Why you saying bitch? Look, she called herself a bitch. She called the other bitch a bitch. I'm using the B word. Fuck it.
Here, publicly trying to play me on Twitter. I will fight you again. I don't care. But yeah, that's how my first kiss turned into a fight. But that boy's still on my dick. Well, he's still on my body.
Still on your dick. Black women gotta stop doing this too. Like they really have dick envy. Like they really want a dick. Like they really want a penis to say that a man is on her penis. Well, wouldn't that make the man homosexual? You saying that, oh, he on my dick, he on my dick. Lord have mercy.
A fight, but that boy's still on my dick. Well, he's still on my body. He's still on my body to this day. He'd be like, Lauren, I'm gonna marry you all that. I'm gonna marry you all that. We ain't gonna have my kids. But I'm trying to feel it. And then plus, I'm back in Connecticut. I'm not time for that bullshit. Tell me why. That's crazy though. Tell me why, like most of the guys. Stop. Anyways.
She was finna get into her past. Then she said, let me stop.
That's my story, how my first kiss went and all that. Like, I really thought it was a shit because I beat this bitch ass. I'm like, she beat my ass. But it's okay. Guys, you have to understand it's okay to lose some fights. You can't get mad at that.
And she's right. It's okay to lose some fights. It really is. You win some, you lose some. But it's not okay to lose your life over trying to live this fast life, being a sugar baby. Trying to get white men to spend money on you. Confusing them, making them believe that they're the only ones you're dealing with. Trying to give them the girlfriend experience, the GFE.
Because some fights you just can't win. You just can't win every fight. And but I set myself up. If it was just gonna be me and her, I would have beat the bitch up. But I set myself up. I didn't tell my friends before I went to go run up. And the family attacked me because I was by myself. So when you're around, you can't attack a family. That's moral advice. You can't attack everybody.
So that's the moral of the story. Don't fight if the family is there. She didn't learn anything.
Don't always trust the guy either. Don't trust the guy. Because that nigga.
Wow, this is aging very poorly. Don't trust the guy, but you trust an old white man enough to give him your address. Woo! This hits deep. This hits deep.
Don't always trust the guy either. Don't trust the guy. Because that nigga will lie to you. He will lie to you. Bitch, you lied to me. All that. But yeah, that's my story. And I want to do another one. I want to do another story, but I don't got no more. I did pop a guy's tires, but let me stop. Anyway, so like, subscribe, share, comment. This is quarantine. I'm quarantined right now. I'm quarantined and chill. And I'm gonna do more videos. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Oh, wow. So she threw it back at the end of her YouTube. And man, look, she was fine as hell. You can't take that away from her. I'll give her an 8 or a 9. She was up there, man. But it's just so it's disheartening. It's upsetting that she ended up losing her life in the way that she did. She was definitely an 8 or a 9. Probably could have gotten her way to a 10 if she was able to, get to her full potential. But man, woo. This has been a very revealing live stream. I think we broke it down pretty fairly, honestly. I think we broke it down pretty fairly, pretty objectively. I pray that they get justice. I pray that this white man will be held accountable if he is, in fact, the perpetrator. Hopefully they can get a DNA swab on that condom that was left in her home, because that condom may not have been his either. She was probably having a lot of sex, especially if she was a sugar baby. Okay, so that condom may not even have been his. It could have been another guy that killed her. Okay, it could have been a whole nother guy that killed her. All right, so if that DNA doesn't match up, because I think I misspoke when I said, oh well, he definitely did it because the condom. No, we don't know that the DNA matched up. Okay, we don't know that the DNA matched up. So if his DNA matches up with that condom and he said he didn't have sex with her, but he actually did, then that would be cause to, increase the suspicion on him being the killer. Okay. But we don't know if that was his condom. Like I said, from my observations, she seemed like a really fast girl. It looked like she probably was dealing with multiple men, not just this one man from Bumble. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the show. Guys. I really appreciate you guys coming up in here and watching the show. But RIP to Lauren Smith Fields. Hopefully she gets justice. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Quarantino Da GAWD, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship questions to the email down below with a screenshot of your Cash App so I know you're paying your tithes, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking name with the BS. It's your boy, Quarantino Da GAWD.
If you want to see exclusive raw and uncut videos of Quarantino Da GAWD exposing and explaining how to bang OnlyFans chicks, cam girls, and other adult content creators and then toss them to the wayside, look no further. For only $9.99 a month, you too can become the Slore Slayer you were always meant to be. All you have to do is subscribe to my OnlyFans, and you can unlock the skills that it takes to bang adult models on a consistent and regular basis. Are you scared to talk to that bartender at your local pub? Or afraid to lock eyes with the HBIC in your local titty bar? Want to know how to build up the courage to engage in conversation with that hot Hooters waitress with the tight ass that you always order the 6-piece all flats naked wings with? All you have to do is click the link to my OnlyFans in the description box below. Tino